I'm just going to give you all a warning, a disclaimer, mayhaps. I have no idea what is on this video that we are going to be reacting to tonight. Now, I do know this. It is my homie, Asmongold, and usually his takes are not hateful. They're fairly based. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude is not like an animal or a maniac. So I don't know. I don't know what all is going to be going on in this video.
Movements failing. Oh, God.
Some carry hate. We carry the largest trans pride flag to ever be flown in a national park and unfurled it on the side of El Cap to prove a point that trans is natural.
Please, tell me what's natural about having to wear a wig and tons of eye makeup to try and get people to treat you like a woman.
Okay, so just to be fair, it's not just trans people that do that. There's a lot of women that do that. You know what I'm saying? And there's dudes that wear makeup too that are not trans. You know, like Sleep Token. Sleep Token does that.
The Trump administration and transphobes would love to have you believe that being trans is unnatural, but species that can transition sexes can be found on every continent and in every ocean on planet Earth.
That had to be the most disingenuous analogy that I've ever heard. Show me a human male that's become female spontaneously without spending like $100,000 in the operating room. Well,
Jesus Christ.
Dr. Dre Light, right? So look, back in the day, there may have been a point in time where I might have been an emo kid, and something that we did back then, way back in the Maybach, might have been some guy liner, but yo, dude's eyeliner game is mad. That's mad skills, bro.
I don't think I've seen an analogy this bad since the croissant analogy.
If trans women are...
I hate Lily Tino, and I don't use the word hate very often, but hating Lily Tino is based as fuck, in my opinion. Lily Tino is a wretched human being. And for those of you who don't know, Lily Tino is, I don't even know if Lily Tino is legitimately trans or not. All I know is that Lily Tino goes out and rage baits everywhere that she can. Lily Tino goes to great lengths to try to get people to misgender him. And then when people misgender him, he makes a huge deal about it and cries on the internet. And he's always making content geared towards children. He's made repeated videos of himself at Disneyland and Disney World. And he will sit there and talk about crazy sexual shit, like having his dick cut off. And he'll have like a fudge wand in his hand and be like, they're going to cut my fudge wand and make it a fudge tunnel in front of children. Lily Tino needs the fucking wood chipper.
Aren't women, then is this big croissant not a croissant? Of course it's a
That's the dumbest analogy I've ever heard. I lost brain cells listening to that shit.
croissant. It's made out of butter and dough just like any other croissant.
Right, a big croissant.
So it's made out of butter and dough, but what if somebody's made out of certain chromosomes? I feel like this is an argument that defeats itself.
I mean, scientifically.
Like, how do you never even think, like, what?
Croissant and a small croissant are still both croissants, except that's not what's happening here. You're not a big croissant saying that you're a small one. You're a taco saying, I identify as a pastry.
So before I demolish this delicious and very valid pastry, repeat after me. Big croissants don't affect me in the slightest.
Yeah, that's not.
I feel like Lily Tino has a really big croissant. Okay, so we have a trans individual in the chat saying they hate Lily Tino. I have friends that are trans that want ones with Lily Tino. I have a friend in Florida who will send me Lily Tino videos and be like, I want to beat his ass so bad because he makes us look ridiculous. He's sus as hell, and I think he has diapers on his breath. Like, dude literally hits me up and he's like, I want to fuck that dude up all the time.
Not the case. In fact, that's exactly everyone's problem and why people have so much energy against trans activism. We were all just out here minding our own business, and then a bunch of activists started inserting themselves into everything and saying, You have to treat us how we demand you treat us, or you lose your job.
This is what I was talking about in the beginning. This is the pushing things too far. I want everybody to have equal human rights. I think that everybody is valid. Everybody should have equal human rights. Nobody should be going out of their way to make life difficult for anybody else because of who they love or what they wear. None of that shit is any of our business, homie. As long as it's consenting adults, who the fuck cares? Who cares? Consenting adults, bare minimum. Leave every consenting adult alone if they're not hurting anybody. But when you are actively trying to push shit on people, like saying shit like, if you wouldn't date a trans person, you're transphobic. No, homie, that's not it. That's a fucked up take. And the word transphobic is one of those words to me that has lost its fucking meaning. There used to be people who would go around and legitimately beat people up. They would hit people with bricks. People died. And now they're talking about fucking microaggressions. Get a fucking grip.
This sort of extortionist behavior is why people are mad at the LGBT crowd.
I'm actually non-binary and use they them pronouns.
I think that's a good assumption, or a good assertion. I think he's right by that. Yeah, true. Do they even understand how words work? Look at all those Pokemon. What do you think?
I definitely could see that. In the best way possible, you look like you'd be non-binary. Slay, they. You realize that isn't a compliment, right?
I guarantee you that when people say that, 99% of the time,
They're just trying to be nice.
it's not meant to be a compliment.
Yes. Tup the purple. Not wanting to date a trans person is more of a preference than hatred. And transphobia means that you're afraid of something. I'm not afraid of trans people. I don't hate trans people. I have a preference. I am a jaxasexual. I am attracted specifically and only to my wife. I don't want other people to touch me. I don't want to touch other people. I have my own thing going on. And that doesn't make me afraid, nor does it make me hateful. I want everybody to win. I don't care who you are, who you love, as long as it's consenting adults. I want to see you happy as fuck, dog. I want the whole world happy as fuck.
I mean, there are just so many examples of people with narcissistic personality disorder being gassed up by every major corporation for identifying as LGBT. And everyone hates stuff like this. From Today USA, women want to be her, men want to be with her. Dylan Mulvaney, the true definition of beauty and grace.
She's a brave woman, as Graves would say. My kid Graves, anytime he sees anything that he thinks is ridiculous, he just says, that's a brave woman. It could be a dude, and he's going to say, that's a brave woman.
Bro, Dylan Mulvaney doesn't even want to be Dylan Mulvaney. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm sure there are plenty of trans people out there who
Why would you say that? It's so weird.
Let me ask, are there any women in the chat that want to be Dylan Mulvaney? And are there any men in the chat that want Dylan Mulvaney? No judgment. I just want to know if that statement was accurate. I want to know. I'm looking in the chat to see if anybody wants to be or wants Dylan Mulvaney. I'm not seeing a lot of yeses. I haven't seen any yeses. Nope. Oh, now they're coming in a whole lot of no's. I have not seen a hard pass. Okay. Triple. Yes. Okay. We have one person out of all of these no's, hell no's. Triple said JK. We weren't judging you. This is a judgment-free zone. Unlike Planet Fitness, where they have a lunk alarm, so if you're wearing a cutoff or you fucking grunt when you lift, they kick you out. Cocksuckers. It says judgment-free zone on the fucking wall. I hate that place. See, I do hate some things. Just don't hate a lot of people.